official YouTube channel. I am Sweetie Pinjani. This is System Verilog UP series. Today we are going to learn a concept pure virtual methods. In case you have not gone through the previous lectures in this series, please go through them. Because to understand this virtual methods, you need to understand certain concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, what is virtual or abstract class, and so on. That's why go through those first and then come here so that you understand this concept properly. Let's get started with pure virtual methods. This is the agenda which we will cover. To understand pure virtual method, you need to understand virtual class, or we call it as abstract class. There is already a detailed tutorial on abstract class with coding example, which is uploaded in the same channel in the same series, which is Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. The series is System Verilog Oops by Sweetie Pinjani. Please go through that. And here we will also give a gist of it so that you understand what is pure virtual method. I'll cover this virtual class in like some part of virtual class, but in detail you should go through that lecture, which is abstract class or virtual class. Then we have virtual method. We had covered this in System Verilog UP series. There is a tutorial on polymorphism where we covered about virtual method. In System Verilog Trick Code series, if you go, there is a code on virtual method. There also this concept is cleared. So to understand pure virtual method, you should first know what is virtual class and virtual method. This is the basics. Then we will understand what is pure virtual method. How can you identify pure virtual method? How do you know whether this method is virtual or pure virtual? This we will understand. Then what are the steps to implement your pure virtual method? And finally, we will see a coding example. First in our agenda is virtual class, or we call it as abstract class. What is it? It is a class which can be extended. Can be extended means you can create the child class by extending this virtual class. It cannot be instantiated. You cannot create an instance of this class. You can create the class handle, but you cannot create an instance by calling new. New is a constructor. You cannot call the constructor because it's a virtual class. And it only acts as a prototype class. It doesn't have any implementation, it only provides the prototype. Prototype means it's kind of a template. Like what are the different methods which can be present inside the class? The method can be task or function. All those things it will provide template or prototype, but the implementation will not be there. This is the virtual class. How do you know whether the class is virtual? We use the keyword virtual before the class. This is how you will know that the class is virtual, by seeing the keyword virtual. What is a virtual method now? We saw virtual class. Now let's understand virtual method. What is a virtual method? It will have implementation in the base class. You can have implementation in the base class. And although you have implementation in the base class, if you want, you can override the behavior of this virtual method in your derived class or child class or extended class. You have multiple names. So whatever class is extending from your base class, if required, if you want to change the behavior of your method, you can do it in your child class. This is optional, not mandatory. This is the virtual method. It can have implementation in the base class. One important note, if you want to call the method which is inside the child class or derived class, Derived class method can be called using base class handle. It is possible if the method is declared as virtual in the base class. We had seen this in the System Verilog trick code series. There is a code on virtual method. If required, you can go through where I have explained this in detail with the help of coding example. If you don't want to use the child class handle due to any reason, you only have the base class handle, and using that base class handle you want to call the method inside your child class. How will you do? You can do it if that particular method is declared as virtual in your base class. Next thing is, we understood what is virtual class, we understood what is virtual method. Now let's understand what is pure virtual method. If you see the keyword pure before virtual in any method, the method can be a task or a function. If you see the keyword pure before virtual, it means you will see pure virtual function or pure virtual task. This means it's a pure virtual method. The keyword pure. There will be no implementation of this pure virtual method inside your base class. Only prototype will be there. Prototype means it will contain what is the return type. If it's a function, what is the return type? What is the name of the function? How many arguments are there? What is the type of argument? Only that. Only the prototype or the template will be there. No implementation. This is very important. For pure virtual functions, there is no implementation in the base class, only prototype. And for virtual method, you can have implementation. It's not like you will only have prototype. It can be implemented in the base class in case of virtual function. But in case of pure virtual function, there is no implementation at all in the base class, only prototype. Derived class must have the implementation. Since the base class doesn't have any implementation, it is mandatory that in your derived class you should have implementation of the pure virtual method. Whatever method was pure virtual in your base class will have implementation in your child class. One very important thing you need to note is pure virtual function can only exist in a virtual class. If you try to declare any pure virtual function in a class which is not virtual, you will get an error. You cannot declare a pure virtual function in a class which is not virtual. This is very important point. How will you identify pure virtual method? The pure virtual method is going to meet some requirements wherein you can distinguish whether it is a pure virtual or virtual. One is, of course, the keyword pure. Now, if you don't know whether this method which you are declaring should be pure virtual or virtual, there are certain things. First thing is, it will only have the prototype. So, say you are at a stage where you are not sure about the implementation, but you are sure what will be the return type of your say function, how many type and how many number of arguments are there, what is the name. Only that information you have, you don't know the implementation. That time you can use pure virtual method, because pure virtual method only has prototype, no implementation in the base class. Implementation happens only in the derived class, and your whatever you have declared in your base class is used as template. So when you are not sure about the implementation, that time you can use pure virtual method, because it will not have any implementation in the base class. Later on in derived class you can have the implementation. There is no end keyword. For example, if it is a function, you will not see end function. This is not allowed in case of pure virtual method. You cannot use end keyword. Or if it's a task, you cannot use end task. These are very simple ways to know whether you should use pure virtual method or you should use virtual method. And in case you want to identify, of course, with the keyword pure, and then these are some other things. You will only see prototype in the base class. There is no implementation and there is no end keyword. What are the steps you should follow to implement the pure virtual method? First step is, of course, you need to create a base class with pure virtual method. You will use the keyword pure virtual. It can be a function or task. So whatever it is, pure virtual function or pure virtual task, that you will create in your base class. Second step is you need to create a child class which will extend your base class. Third step is you need to implement the virtual method in your extended class. Why? Because the base class will not have any implementation. It is a pure virtual method, which means the base class only has prototype, no implementation. That's why it is mandatory to implement the virtual method in your extended class. Then you need to call the required method by either you can use the child class handle, or if you want to use base class handle you can do that also. You assign the base class handle to the child class handle value, and then you can call the method using base class handle. This also we saw with the help of coding example. If you go through the tutorial on polymorphism, I had shown this in detail with the help of code. You can go through. These are the steps to implement pure virtual method. Next, we will see the coding example. Before that, let me summarize the theory, then we will move to the coding example. Here is what we learnt in theory. In order to understand pure virtual method, we had to first understand virtual class, or it's called as abstract class, which means it's just a prototype class. It cannot be instantiated. It can only be extended. It means you can create other child classes using the virtual class. It cannot be instantiated. It means you can't call the constructor new. Then we need to understand what is virtual method. Virtual method can have implementation inside your base class, and that implementation can be overridden in the child class. But in case of pure virtual method, base class will never have implementation. Base class will only have prototype, and child class should have implementation. Because base class doesn't have any implementation, that's why it's must for the child class to have implementation. How will you identify the pure virtual method? Very easy ways. In the base class, there will be no implementation, only prototype. And you will never see end keyword. What are the steps to implement pure virtual function or pure virtual method? It can be a task or function. First, you will create a base class with pure virtual method by using these keywords pure and virtual. Then you will create a child class extending the base class. You will implement the virtual method in the extended class. Remember, this implementation is must for pure virtual methods. And then you can call the required method by either using child class handle or the base class handle. This is the summary of the pure virtual class. Now let's move to the coding example. This is the code for your pure virtual methods. Let's understand it line by line first. I have a virtual class, Sweetie base class. Remember, we had told if you want to declare a pure virtual function inside any class, it needs to be virtual. That's why this class is virtual. And inside the Sweetie base class, you have one variable, one class variable. The name is ID. The type is int. Inside the Sweetie base class, you have one pure virtual function. The return type of this function is void, name is display ID. It takes one argument as input. The argument type is int. The name of the argument is input ID. Pure virtual function, display ID, return type is void. It has one argument of input type is int and the name is input ID. I am creating an extended class, Sweetie extended class, which extends my base class, Sweetie base class. This extended class also has one class variable which is ID. Here I am implementing the function inside the base class. Remember, we had talked the implementation is must in the child class when you have a pure virtual function inside your base class. What is the implementation here? Whatever input you are getting, you are assigning that input value to your class variable and displaying that value. Then you have a module test Sweetie pure virtual method, wherein inside the initial block you are having one variable input ID which is of type int. In this case, you are assigning the value 5. Then you are creating a class handle of Sweetie extended class. You are instantiating it by calling the constructor new. And then you are calling the method inside your extended class display ID. Should be the output. Since you are calling the display ID inside the child class, you should get this implementation. Whatever input ID you gave, in your case, if you see input ID is 5. That input ID got assigned to your class variable ID, and then you are displaying inside Sweetie extended class ID and the value of ID which will be 5. This is the display which you should get. Let's see if we are getting this display method or not. If you see, I got this display method inside Sweetie extended class ID and the value is 5. This is one way in which you can call your child class method by using the child class handle. What if I want to use the base class handle? If you want to use the base class handle, what you will do, you will create a handle of your base class and you will assign the handle of your base class the value of your extended class handle. If you see, this is extended class handle you are assigning to the base class, and then you will use the base class handle to call this display ID. Let me use the base class handle and I'll comment out this code where we were using the child class handle. Now let us run this code and see if we are able to call the child class display ID method by using the base class handle. Let me run. My expectation is this should work because I have assigned the base class handle value of my extended class handle and I am using the virtual keyword inside my base class. If you see, you are able to call the extended class method. You can see the print inside Sweetie extended class ID and the value 5. Now let us see some more things. What happens if you are using pure virtual function but the class is not virtual? Let us see what happens here. Let me run this and see. Here you can see cannot declare pure virtual method in the non-abstract class. Use virtual keyword in class. I have told you in the theory that If you want to use pure virtual function, the class wherein you want to have this function, that class needs to be virtual. If that class is not virtual, you are going to get an error, and this is the error you got. Once you declare this class as virtual, this error will be gone. This is one important point you should remember. We need our basics to be clear. We don't need to run into these simple errors. You saw, now it's working. Another important thing I told you, when you have a pure virtual function, that class cannot be instantiated. Now let me try to create an instance here. It's a virtual class. I am trying to create an instance here. If you see b equal to new, let us see what happens. Am I able to create the instance? What do you think? No, cannot instantiate abstract class. This is something which you should remember. If a class is virtual, you cannot create the instance of that class. It acts only as prototype. You can extend the class, but you cannot create the instance. If you comment this line, then again this code will start working. These are some very simple points, but a lot of times we forget. That's why I want to show you with the help of coding example. Now I hope with the help of this coding example theory, your pure virtual function or pure virtual method, it can be function or task. For our coding example, we have taken function, it can be task also. You can try with task. You have this concept clear in your mind, practice it by yourself. And to stay tuned to more such technical content, especially in VLSI domain, you can subscribe to Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. I, Sweetie Pinjani, will see you in the upcoming tutorials. Thank you and stay tuned.